When we started it, we had an idea of a national chemical engineering society, and I think you are well online. But as you try and develop it, let it also develop you. There will be experiences you won't understand now, but when you finish, you would see the impulse of it. And I'll tell you why. After finishing doing some of these initiatives as department president, I was in the same class with the Infatipin head boy too, who wanted to run for, I don't know whether you know him, but Nigel Chuebo, I don't know. But he wanted to run for college president. But in the class we are, everybody was quite skeptical that the extent to which CY had worked is highly likely you run for college president. But I, so he had a conversation with me. Told him that the challenge for college and department are quite similar. I had my sights on something bigger. So I ran for NUCS, National Union of Ghana Students, the general secretary, and I won. I went against 5 ladies. Yes, ladies don't like themselves. Oh. If I tell you something, true fact, do you know all the ladies who voted for me, except two, and men. We are also our own enemies. The men, foolish people. Sorry, they voted for ladies. But that's on the lighter note. The final, it's a delegate election, meaning that it's the college presidents and their secretaries, the whole executives, graduate students. So you are like 30 something that vote. And the vote was, I think, was like 29-5. I had 29 votes and she had 5 votes for the, and she was coming from Shoshosho. She was the faculty general secretary of the social science departments. And I was coming, they said some Bula boy B from engineering is coming for general secretary of NUCS. So for her, it was a done deal. But she ended up getting single 5. So it's something I saw they do. They still do Secretaries Connect. Did they do that? Those who, is anyone who is a secretary here? Who is the general secretary? You're a general secretary. Do they still do the Secretaries Connect? He did it last year. Okay, so apart from UNICHEM, myself and the KNUSC SRC General Secretary, we started the Secretaries Connect because we realized that the office of the General Secretary, a lot of people didn't understand it. They thought all their role was to write minutes, and that's it. But the office holds much more than that. And it was important we brought the older generation, the administrators of the school, bring them on one platform, exchange ideas, and see how we can improve ourselves within. But that's how we started. And in that order. Why am I saying all this? It seems like I'm seeing a lot of stories, but there's a reason. Fast forward, final year. Now you are thinking, where do I do my national service? So naturally, because I was NUC's general secretary, and it's almost like Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the school. You're always traveling. At the time I was in school, that was when we were setting up the Obuasi campus. So I was part of the people going around. And with NUC's University, you have jurisdiction over Ashanti region. So you don't do budget only for your school. You do it for other universities. And then you also do budget for high schools and junior high schools. You have to do program for everybody because it's the Union of Ghana students. So it exposed me to a lot of people. So national service was not a problem, but I wasn't interested in just doing national service. I was interested in, I wanted somewhere that, one, I could learn my craft as for the SLC, those internship I was done. I also focus back to my engineering. I wanted somewhere that, I could learn the thinking change. I was no more interested in someone telling me, see me. And this is why I said sense of purpose is important, right? Once you have at least an idea of what you want for yourself, it guides you that when you see an open door, it's not all open doors that are for you. So at that point, when people will see me and say, oh, do you want to do your NSS here? You write to, I will do it for you. But I was not looking at how big the company is, but one that could take me, teach me, and most probably retain me. So my mind went to two things. If it was a smaller company, I would take it. If So this part was for the final year students who are here. And I was open to fellowships. I don't know how much fellowships are still alive right now, but I was on the open to it. So I was reaching out to people who were in fellowships after school on how could I get in. SEO Africa is, did they still do the annual thing? Right. So at the time I applied to SEO. SEO was giving opportunity to final year students to come on board to join the opposite to energy companies. So I went to the first round and I got a call that I should come to Accra. So this was final year when we are doing your Monday we didn't have much paper. So I told my friends, see, this is where sometimes you have to fear human being. Me, I told my friends, oh, I'm going to Accra. Me too. It's only a few people I said I was going for an interview. The rest I said I'm going for to do 1 2 1 2. He said, oh, okay. So my interview was 8 a.m. I get to Accra, put my bag down, shower, then drive straight to the place. I get there and I see half of my class over there. They come and see, hey, you two, hey, you two. We all left Kumasi. We shake hands, Charlie, Idua, sharp. It was very funny. Like, imagine, so you are applying, you didn't say anything, you didn't tell anyone anything. We are all dead now, we are sitting beside you, we are all waiting for our turn. You see your life. But that was on the light turn. So I went through the process. Then I got the also, I don't know who, maybe you who have said, write it down. Okay, Google it. At that time, I got my first choice. They were not my first choice in any shape or form because I was seeing something as public service. Do you get it? And SEOs promised to take me to the rig. So understand the young engineer. You know, oh, come on, let's will be frank. All of us, I want to get money and buy a house, get nice girlfriend. That's when I spend the money. Yes, Odogu Parara. That kind of vibe. So SEO was my first choice. But then I decided to apply. Why am I saying this? Don't look down on opportunities. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes that apply yourself to as many things as possible. You don't know which one will make you prosper. So as the opportunities come, no matter how you might not have the full comprehension of it, once it's in alignment with yourself, apply, give yourself to it. So I applied. So while I was going through the process of the SEO Africa, I was also going through the process of the emerging public leaders. So, but good thing is, with the various interviews I was doing, if I flop in this one, I've learned the lesson for the other one. So it was helping me to be better when I go for other interviews. I was doing all this in final year. That's what I want you to note. While people want to wait till you finish the final year, then you now ask yourself, so Mika, where do I want to go? I was doing this as early as first semester, second semester. So, and I'm going to point something to you. The cumulative effect of making small steps, but constant steps over a period of time. I intentionally took this route narrating. Hopefully that doesn't get boring talking. So that as you listen to my story, I pick out points which I want you to listen and both, if possible, apply to yourself. So then I got the offer for the emerging public. It was 2 years, a 2-year fellowship. And they are open to, the first year could be used as your national service. And then the other year, you continue as a staff in a public institution. And but the point is, I got the EPL offer first. It was the offer. And then I got also the SEO, but I got the SEO offer a few days after. Immediately they took us COVID testing and they camped us 1 week. When I got there, we were 20. But they told us it was very competitive. The people who had applied, they were over 500 plus shortlisted to the point where they started interview. That's after the first stage. Well, 500 plus, and they are just taking 20. So when we start interacting with each other, I didn't think I was supposed to be there. Because out of the 20, I was seeing like 5 or 6 valedictorians. Me, I'm not a valedictorian. I was doing vote for me, vote for me. So I don't understand why I was even in that bracket of people. I shouldn't be here. And that was in my view. Because all of them, they were either they, they were the veteran in their faculty or the entire school. And to my surprise, we were part of top 20. But the first for that year recruitment going into public service was me. I was the number one candidate selected. That topped the list. And I asked no, I don't understand why. Then from discussing to then I realized the experiences I went through with CHISA, with Nooks, added to the fact that you were still able to do this and still able to come out with a first class combined. And then what I demonstrated during the interview culminated. They saw even what I didn't notice in myself. In my mind, I was done with student leadership, but they saw potential of, if given the right environment, could propel. They transform you consciously and unconsciously. Take charge of it, lead with it, drive with it. Trust me,